You say God never lets you down. What would you say to people who prayed for something and did not receive their request? Ooh, it's a very good question. Yeah. So I steal that line, God never lets you down, or God never disappoints, from Pope Francis. And yeah, it's a very, very good question. What about when you don't get did not receive their request? So people ask, oh, but God never answered my prayers. Well, maybe he did. Maybe he said no. And no, so I remember a priest saying how God never says just flat out no. To your prayers, he'll say yes. He'll say, not yet. He'll say, no, I have something better. Oftentimes, we are in our own mind thinking, nope, this is it. This is what I want. How can anything be better? But God sees the bigger picture and loves us more than we could imagine, more than we could possibly love ourselves, and will give us something actually better. And there can be some horrendous things that can turn out into huge blessings. There's a story, and there's many stories like this, but there's a story of a woman who called up a priest, said, hey, could you be my spiritual director? And the priest said, I'm dying of cancer. I have terminal cancer. I'm not going to be around long. Why don't you look for a priest who can be with you longer? And the woman said, no, that's okay. I'm dying too. I have AIDS. I was a prostitute. And as horrible as AIDS are, I am dying. I'm physically dying. I'm going to die soon. That's what it took to turn my soul around, to turn my soul to God. So yeah, I recently did a funeral for a couple who lost their child. It was basically a late miscarriage. The child was not born yet, but it's a couple who have a hard time conceiving, have no children, so on and so forth. I mean, they would be one of these, they'd be someone who did not get the request answered, at least not the way they wanted it right then and there. A very, very, very tough, tremendous cross. But as our Lord saves us through the cross, so often we are saved through our crosses too. So, I mean, I feel I don't cry easily. I'm not, I'm half German. I don't have emotions and stuff. But like at that funeral, I was choking it back the whole time. It was very, very tough. But God will use it. God will definitely use it.